Welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Zelda, A Link Between Worlds. Last time we opened up the path to the Desert Palace. Now I mentioned before that there were two dungeons that I was going to be doing before I started looking at the votes that you guys sent for me. And this is the second dungeon. I don't necessarily need to do this dungeon next, but there is something in here that will assist in item collection later on. One of very few dungeons in this game that actually has a progression-styled item. Though, the item in this dungeon, if memory serves, isn't actually required in any of the other dungeons. I still want to do it for that and for other reasons, which we will be getting to. But that means that next time, or perhaps the time after, we'll be starting on the dungeons you guys are voting for. So, reminder to everyone, you can still help decide. Head to the forum, there's a link in the video description. You can choose there which dungeon I'm doing in what order. And don't worry if something else gets picked second or whatever, the voting is going to stay open until I have done all of the dungeons. So right up until the end, you'll be able to decide, hey, he's only got 2 dungeons left. We get to pick which one of those 2 dungeons I do. Alright. So we're going into the Desert Palace. Now, I thought this was really cool, because we're still in the light world. Like, we're still in Hyrule. And I don't know, man, I just thought that was super cool. That rat is very confused. Oh, he's up here. No, he's not. I always thought this was super cool, though. Like, originally I was thinking, like, maybe this is just gonna be a short dungeon. Something that'll get me to the proper low-rule dungeon. And it's not. This is actually the dungeon. Come on, Link, face the right way. Bringing the mummies back. Okay, we can't go up there on the left. So I suppose we're going this way. Yep. Okay, so we got 4 switches. Got to hit all 4 switches. Thankfully, I can do this right over here. And now we can keep going that way. Levers! Y'all can't see me. Ah, lever! Lever, they're like the gamers of Zelda. The sand gamers. Okay, so we clearly have 3 switches. We gotta press down all 3 of those switches. I also figured out, I'm sure people in the comments have yelled this to me by now, as it is, but the sand rod that is not, the not nice sand rod, the blocks actually disappear after an amount of time. So the nice sand rod actually has the blocks appear, and they just stay up always until you manually get rid of them by using the rod again. Shortcut so we can go back. And we can go to the left now. and through into the west wing of the dungeon. How you doing? Dang it. Get out of that sand, you nub. Remember this guy from Link to the Past? He's still around and still just as annoying. Here he's kind of like viewed or like built as being sort of a mini-boss, but eh. Now there's an item down here. Looks super nice. We can't get to it. And there's a light right here in the way, so we can't just like 2D our way past them. Also a door right there we can't do anything about. So we're just gonna have to keep going this way. Big ol' squirmy butt. Yeah, you can kill the... I mean, as in the original Desert Palace, they have the sandworm-type duders. They still exist in Link Between Worlds. You can actually kill them with the sand rod just by pulling them out of the sand. Okay, I don't have a key. Go away. Man! Dude! Dude! You're a jerk. Yes, that's what I wanted. I'm smart. That guy's on electricity. I'm gonna stab him. I don't see how this plan could possibly fail. Oh man, they really don't want you to be able to see what's under that thing. Oh man, the compass! We can see all them chests now. Now pulling that lever makes the sand flow in, which means it goes into this room and actually fills up this spot down here. So we can now get that. We can use that key to open this, so we can make our way up top in the room we were in previously. Got a lever where we get to do the same thing. And now with some sand in this room, our lives are going to get a little bit easier. Now, I want to get to that middle platform there, so I can step on that switch. Because I want that chest. And there we are, the Titan's Mitt. One of few items in this game we get in a dungeon that lets us explore even further. With the Titan Mitt, we can now pick up boulders, which means I can go back over here and pick your sorry butt up. Yeah, eat it, boulder. I'll show you what for. And we can get a small key, which means we can open this door behind that boulder. And that is actually it for the first floor. Looking at the minimap, you'll see there's actually 2 exits, with no real nice way to get to the next 2 floors. And of course we come out of the left mouth. And, as of course, that's not the half of the dungeon. The rest is hiding behind it. The first phase of this room is actually super easy. Because if you stand near this door, shield out, face up, just wait. You're supposed to use the sand rod in the middle to dodge around a bunch. But you can also do this. How about them flippin' tiles coming back, though? See how much they're flying at me? Oh, we're not done yet, though. Because now we gotta deal with these guys. We can, of course, we can just do that to get rid of them. And we are still not done. Or I guess we are done. I thought there was another phase after that. Oh well. Makes my job easier. Okay, so we have options. We can either go left or right. Let's start with left. And work our way around. You'll notice the spiky things up in the air are actually too high up to hit us, so we don't have to worry about them at all. As with the floating guys there. And now we do have to worry about them. Ah, right there. And it's buried, so we gotta get it up out of the sand. Money. Okay, so the room up here is locked on the left, so we can't go in there since we don't have any keys, so I guess we're going this way. I mean, 100 more. I feel like we're only going to be able to get to that from the top, because there's no nice way down here. You're a big one. And this here takes us back to the starting room had we chosen the right path instead. Okay, so what kind of adventuring do we have going on in this room? Now this is... I guess you could say this is a puzzle room. And I would say very much so that it's a puzzle room, because I've spent a great deal of time being stuck, unable to figure out how to do this room. But the trick to this whole room is you see that arrow shooting out and hitting that statue. If we move the statue out of the way, and lower the sand back down, now the arrow hits that switch and toggles it back and forth. That's the key to the whole room. I don't know how many times I have had so much trouble with this room, and just frickin' looking at that would have solved the problem for me. Sometimes I'm not as bright as I would like to be. Oh, I want to get to that, but we can't really get to that right now, actually. Maybe if this place was filled with sand. Yeah, you do your thing. They did shoot fireballs out in Link to the Past, didn't they? Okay, so we got a problem here. We've got boulders, giant iron balls that roll down, and we can boost them up higher so we can get higher ourselves. In fact, yeah, that's a pretty hard barrier in the way, so we can't do much without breaking that. So there we go. Now let's get rid of that because we don't need more boulders coming down that way. Now this way, we may also want to break this one. There we go. Now look at all this place we can run. Look at all that running we can do now. And that right there is the thing what the sand flows out of into the next room. So if we break that, we'll be able to fill that room with sand. So we're going to want to prep this. And yeah, look at that crap. Now I can go back here, and there's money back here. And a heart. And a chest! I do like that if you boost something out of the sand with the sand rod, it actually become, like, the sand pillar automatically disappears so you can get to the thing. I'm glad for that. Now, you might recall that one room that we couldn't get to from below. It looked like we had to get to from above. We're actually in that above room, though it's not very obvious where the door is. There it is. It's hiding. Oh man. And now with the sand flowing down, we can go into that bottom room. Because it's filled with sand. Even the pits.